Welcome back, trainers, to another Pokemon TCG Pocket video. Today's video, we are going to be going over the new set list for Eevee Grove, set A3B, the newest set that just came out today, which is June 26, 2025, in case you're watching this later in the future. My name is Steven Soul. I am going to be going over every single card in the set, letting you know what I think and deem as a good card is a bad card, what cards will be fun to use, what cards will not be fun to use, which ones will be meta relevant, which ones will definitely never be meta relevant, and everything in between, and probably go over some fun ideas about deck building. We're going to be appreciating the art of the cards as well, because I think a lot of people miss that part, the dedication and the effort that goes into all the artworks. A lot of the artists, honestly, that do these actually do the art from the physical TCG as well, so they are seasoned veterans and they do a stunning job, honestly. 10 out of 10. So they just do fantastic. And so we're going to be going over every single card in the set today. Let me know down below in the comments which set are you guys most excited for? Or sorry, which card are you most excited for in today's, or in the new set, honestly, because there's so many good ones. Let us start off with this beautiful, wonderful Tropius card here. One of a kind, underrated Pokemon, in my opinion. I feel like everybody hates on Tropius. Personally, I think he's pretty cool. He's not bad. You know, little banana tree looking thing. I have an underlying love for every Mon in Gen 3, so I'm kind of biased personally. That's just me, but I can understand why some people wouldn't like Tropius as much. But that is here nor there. We are talking about here in Pokemon Pocket, and unfortunately here in Pocket, Tropius is dog water. It's trash. Garbage, will never be used, will never be played in any ranked match ever. It's just bad. It's not good at all. There's no changing it, unfortunately. 3 energy for only 60 damage is terrible. 100 HP, being a basic, at least it's bulky. 2 retreat costs is just not good though. It's just not worth it. Overall, nope, not good. Next one though, Leafeon. Leafeon, not gonna lie, probably my least favorite out of all the Eevees, to be honest. It's not looking too good. It's not that great. However, I think there's potential for Leafeon. I don't think it is awful. I think it's just you need to work a lot more for it to be good, obviously, because think of it kind of as like a mini Sylveon EX, right? The more energy it has, the more damage it does. So right off the bat, just evolving it with 1 energy, it's going to be doing 30 damage. Not that much, right? But 2 energy, right? If you are going second, you're immediately going to have 2 energy on it if you just stack it on Eevee right away. So right there, you're actually doing 50. 50's not terrible. Now, use Leafeon with, say, Superior, and we can double that, right? Suddenly that 2 becomes 4, right? 4 times 20, 80 plus 10, 90. 90 damage for 1 energy. The math is mathing. It could work. Not the greatest. It won't be meta relevant, definitely, but I think there's still some fun to be played with it, you know? No. Now this line actually I'm super excited for personally. So this one is cool. This is the Bound Suite line, and we already did get a Serena and Bounce Suite, that whole line, right? We already got it in the Alola packs. Got the full art one. Really cool. I like this one more, honestly. because so bounce sweep, 1 energy, 10 damage, 60 HP, pretty normal, nothing too crazy to write on. Serena, same thing, 1 energy, 40 damage, 80 HP, solid. You don't see anybody ever running Steenie though because rare candy exists, right? Why play that when you can just jump straight to Serena? And this Serena is way better than the other Serena. And I'm biased towards it, and this is why. The other Serena, it's entirely up to coin flips. You just gotta flip heads for it to work, right? I cannot flip heads to save my life. It 9 out of 9 times I'm flipping tails. I remember one game I was trying to use the other Serena. I got like 12 tails in a row. 12. 12 in a row. I instantly took the card out of the deck, never played it again. Same thing happened with Misty. Never even used Misty ever again. It just can't. So any of those type of cards are just not for me. This Serena though, awesome. Only 1 energy still, 50 damage kickdown, and your opponent reveals a random card and shuffles it into the deck. One of my favorite cards from the last set, just before this, the Alola one, was Crocodile. Same thing, Crocodile was able to take cards out of your opponent's hand, put them back in the deck. It's really, really funny getting rid of people's cards. This is just a better version of it. Because the Crocodile, the only thing bad about it was it had 3 energy that you needed to use its attack. So it's only 1 energy. That's so good. You could immediately turn 2, whip out the rare candy into Serena, hit him with a red card, attack with this for 50 damage. It's already down to 2 cards. You could get rid of his entire hand easily and do really good damage because 50 damage for 1 energy and 140 HP, so it's tanky too. You're not gonna kill it in one shot. This one right here. This is the one. 1 energy, 20 damage, 40 HP. It gets 1 shot. Not that strong, right? I think it's the evolve form. Yeah. So the evolve form, Appleton, Sweets Relay. Like 7 other cards have this attack. If one of your Pokemon use Sweets Relay during the last turn, this attack does 30 more damage, right? 1 energy, 70 damage as long as they use Sweets Relay. It's cool. There's a card that we go over later on that takes into account all these other Pokemon that use Sweets Relay, like that one attack, and it's supposed to be like a really funny meme deck, but we'll get to that eventually. Next up, regular Flareon. Okay, so there's a regular Flareon and a Flareon EX. That's cool. So 110 HP, fire, 2 energy, 1 fire, 1 colorless, right? Take a fire energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your benched Pokemon. We finally have consistent fire ramp card. Yeah. I knew this day would come. I just didn't know it'd be so soon. No, but seriously, that's finally. This is a great card. Using this with Flareon EX or just any fire deck is so good. You're doing 40 damage, so you at least do some damage from the attack as well. So that's nice. 110 HP is already tankier than a lot of the other evolutions, honestly. A lot of them are like 90 HP, 100 HP. So this is a solid card. Actually, I could see this being used in some like meta fire decks. Ramp up, like I said, Flareon EX. Use it in Infernape, honestly. I could see it being used in Infernape EX pretty well. Yeah, I could see this being a pretty good card. We'll definitely be trying this out in a bunch of other decks. And then next, of course, the Flareon EX. 150 HP, fire, love that. So, ability, Combust. Once during your turn, attach a fire energy from the discard pile to this Pokemon, and if you do, it takes 20 damage. 20 damage part does stink. However, being able to take fire energy from your discard pile for free for it, pretty cool. Its main problem, honestly, is just trying to figure out how to get that fire energy in the discard pile, right? A few different ways you could do it. Pair it up with Turtonator. Turtonator discards a fire energy, right? When it attacks, so use like a Kiawe, Turtonator, Flareon EX deck. Could do that. Old school Ninetales from Genetic Apex, same thing. Stage 1, Flamethrower. It discards 1 fire energy from it, from its attack, so already gets fire energy into the discard pile that way. I think I read ahead a little bit. There's a few fire types in this pack that actually does it discards energy, so there's definitely some other Pokemon that you could use with Flareon EX. Another old one, though, is the first ever Charmander we got from Genetic Apex. I believe it's 1 energy, Ember, and it discards its energy, right, just to attack, so could even do that, right? Not to mention, you could always, whatever you have in the active zone, right, you retreat that into Flareon EX that already is taking that energy and putting in the discard pile that way. So there are definitely ways to get fire energy into the discard pile pretty quickly, which is nice. One of those cards that I was saying that will support it if you want to use it is Torkoal, my boy Torkoal. Goated Pokemon. Everybody loves Torkoal. Like I said, Gen 3 supremacy. Torkoal is amazing. Amazing Pokemon. Really cool art. Is it a good Pokemon in Pocket? That is debatable. I'm gonna be honest. That's pretty debatable. So Torkoal, 100 HP, basic, pretty tanky. 2 fire energy for 70 damage, and it discards a fire energy when it attacks. Not terrible. Only way I could see this working, honestly, is if you go second, take a hit, use Flamethrower, right? You could knock something out, turn 2 hopefully, and then use Leaf, right, to go into your Eevee and evolve into Flareon. That way you can get that fire energy back. It's okay. Not the craziest, honestly. I could see something happening with it, but it's gonna be a lot harder to get behind. That's a pretty tough one, in my opinion. But never say never, right? I think there's hope for it. This whole line is just trash, honestly. Why would you ever choose this Litten over the other 2 that we got in the last set, right? Both are just way better. Both take 1 energy, both do damage, both actually have decent health. Any basic that has like 2 fire energy for such little damage is just bad. Like, no one's ever gonna use this Litten. Please, no one ever uses Litten. Torracat. It's not, I wouldn't say this Torracat's better than the last one. All I'm gonna say is this Torracat is able to not take as much damage, which is kind of counterintuitive, since Incineroar EX likes having damage on it, so it can actually get more damage from its 3 energy attack. This one being able to just do 2 energy for 50, it's strong, but ultimately I honestly would recommend just using the old one. 1 energy does 40 damage, does 10 damage to itself. That way it sets up for Incineroar next turn. It's just a better option, right? For some reason, they gave us a regular Incineroar. This one's so bad. There's just never a reason to use this one. 3 energy, Darkest Lariat, flip 2 coins. This attack does 100 damage for each heads. Like I said, I despise, loathe, entirely am disgusted by these type of cards. Mainly just because I can't flip heads for shit. I will consistently always get tails if I ever use this card. And I'll prove it to you. Because I'll use this in a video. And watch. In the video, I'll tell you at least maybe once. Maybe 9 out of 10 times. I'm going to get tails. Maybe I'll get 1 heads. But it never happens. 3 retreat cost. Awful. Right? This is just not a good card. Use the EX. So, new Salandit and new Salazzle. I hope this is the last time that we're ever getting these cards, because we have, like, I think 3 or 4 different types of this one Pokemon now. Let's move on to the next generation, please. It's gotten enough love, you know. So, new Salandit, 60 HP, Ember, 30 damage, discards the fire energy from the Pokemon. So this is basically the exact same attack from Genetic Apex Charmander, which is cool, actually, because like I was saying before, turn 2, set this guy up and an Eevee in the back, right? Use Ember, gets rid of that fire energy, does some pretty good damage, and then next turn you evolve it to the new Salazzle. New Salazzle here, 90 HP, 40 damage for 1 energy, solid. However, the best part about this one compared to all the other ones, making it the best Salazzle, 0 retreat cost. You see that? 0 retreat cost. That is so good. So good in this game. In this Pokemon Pocket economy. That is the best thing that anyone could ask for, is 0 retreat cost. So, what you are supposed to do is you evolve into Salandit, or Salazzle. You free retreat back into the Eevee that we had set up before. Evolve the Eevee into Flareon. And now you have the ability to get the fire energy that you lost, that you took away with Ember. You can get that onto the Flareon. Put the fire energy onto the Flareon. And you still can't attack, technically, but you will be able to attack the next turn, though. So, it's pretty good. It's not bad, right? I think it's pretty solid. I'll definitely be trying those together. I think that's a pretty decent combo, right? And honestly, you don't have to just go directly into Flareon EX. You can just put 1 more energy back on Salazzle, so you can just do another 40. So your wombo combo from Salandit to Salazzle, you're doing 30 and then 40, so that's 70 damage in 2 turns. It's pretty good still, right? Use it to tank a hit, because it's got 90 HP. Should be able to take at least 1 hit, right? But then after that, retreat, go into Flareon EX, like I said. You can use Combust, put an energy on it, and then put a Dawn down, so you can immediately get 3 energy on it, right? So there's definitely, that's my go-to right now, is doing these 3, and then maybe a Turtonator, Flareon EX. I think that will be its best idea for a deck right now. Or you could go old school and use Moltres EX, you know. That is a possibility. I don't know, we're gonna be trying everything. We can pair it up with Incineroar EX, even Charizard EX. Unfortunately, we'll just never be able to use Arcanine EX again, because that card is just power crept like crazy. It's just not a good card anymore. It's so sad. But anyway, let's move on to the next. So, new Vaporeon here. What to say about Vaporeon, huh? It's an interesting card, that's for sure. Is it good? Is it better than the other ones? No, not really. 120 HP, 3 energy for Hyper Whirlpool. Um, Flip a coin until you get heads. For each heads, then discard energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. It's not good. It's just not good. It's not a good card. 3 energy is way too much. It's gonna take way too long to set up. It's not worth it at all in the slightest. I would never recommend someone to use this card personally, but there are much better cards than this new Vaporeon. Even the old Vaporeon was a lot better because at least it had the ability to move around and kind of manage the water energy that you had already on your Pokemon. That was already a lot better than this one. I wouldn't recommend using this one ever. Yeah, just don't use this card, honestly. Not every evolution, unfortunately, is a good one. Speaking of evolutions, so we have a regular Glaceon. Not a Glaceon EX this time, because we already were given that, but just a normal Glaceon. 100 HP, 2 water energy, does Ice Blade. Attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Not terrible. Being able to snipe anything on the back. Pair this up with the new item card Eevee Bag, which is basically a built-in Giovanni. So you're going to be able to do 60 damage to the active if you would like. Or like I said, you can snipe 50 to the back row. This actually has viability. This has potential to actually do something, right? Much more than the Vaporeon regular card, honestly. Don't recommend doing that one. But also, really good art. And I will say, for both of them, for that one and the Vaporeon, that Vaporeon's pretty cute art. It's not bad. Next we have our gimmick again. Vanillite. Another Sweet Relay. If one Pokemon does Sweet Relay turn before, 20 more damage. Yeah, it's okay. Nothing too crazy. Vanillish. Vanillish. Also Sweet Relay. 30 damage for 1 energy. If somebody uses that move again turn before, 20 extra damage. Now you're doing 50 damage instead. And let me guess, the next one is also... Oh no, it's not. It's double spin, actually. 2 energy, flip 2 coins. This attack does 80 damage for each heads. Trash. It's not a good card. Don't ever recommend using it. Ever, actually. If you enjoy yourself, if you enjoy not torturing yourself, right? Don't play this card. If you enjoy torturing yourself, if you like pain, if you're into that sort of thing, you know, by all means, go for it. It's not for me, though. It's not for me. Almamola. Alright. 110 HP, 3 energy, 1 water to normal. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. It's not good. It's not a good card. 3 energy is way too much. 2 retreat cost stinks. 110 HP. At least it's bulky, but it's there's so much better cards than that. Skip, basically. Alright, now we're into the one of my favorite lines of the new set. So, new Popplio, trash. Don't use it. Use the other 2 that we had in the last set. I don't know why they even gave them new ones in this one. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it's Popplio, never use it. Art though, very freaking adorable. Very cute. Do like that. Good job, guys. Whichever artist that did that one. Brion. I like this Brion. It's not bad. 2 energy, 40 damage, 90 HP. The bulkiness is nice. Let's be honest though, we're never going to use it because rare candy exists, so we're just going to skip over Brion most of the time. And we go to the brand new Primarina EX. Let me tell you, this card is so good. 180 HP. Bulky as sin, right? Looks beautiful, right? First attack, Hydro Pump, 40 damage. One water energy for 40 damage. Already really good. Better than Palkia EX. That only does 30 damage for 1 energy, right? Similar damage to Crabominable. However, Hydro Pump, if this Pokemon has at least 1 extra water energy, does 40 more damage. You're already gonna 9 out of 10 times have at least 2 water energy on it. You're doing 80 damage there. That's crazy. That's so good. If you think about it, you just essentially have like 3 attacks, right? Because first turn, rare candy, 1 energy, you're doing 40. Next turn, put 2 on it. Now you're doing 80. You're basically Crabominable. Next turn, 3 energy on it. Now you get Sparkling Aria, 100 damage, and you heal 20 damage to yourself. Put this with the regular Primarina that also heals every water Pokemon. Put it with Irida too, that heals as well. This guy is never dying. Primarina EX is just fantastic. It's such a good card. I'm so glad they added an EX version to it. It's this honestly might be the best card. One of the best cards in the set. Might actually be the best EX in the set. Both attacks are amazing. Survivability, since it heals 20 damage with only 3 energy. It's already better than Venusaur, because Venusaur takes a little bit longer to set up, right? This does more damage than Venusaur, since it has a 1 energy attack, a 2 energy attack, a 3 energy attack. 1 energy does 40 damage, 2 energy does 80, 3 energy does 100. It's so good. 2 retreat kind of stinks. Use a leaf if you really need to. You really won't though, because you're just gonna constantly heal yourself with this, a Sparkling Aria, Irida, potions if you want. Throw on a great cape so you can make it a 200 HP monster. It's amazing. And while we're here, honestly, look at these alternate arts. Look at this, like, I can't read it, but the illustrator, Dom, popped the frick off. This art is amazing. One of the best ones in the new set. And of course, the full art. The full arts always look amazing. We'll be trying so hard to get that. But yeah, Primarina EX, one of the best cards in the set. It's gonna be so good, and I'm gonna skip around a little bit. It will be even better because shield your eyes. But this new support card, how? It's so good. During this turn, attacks by Decidueye, Incineroar, and Primarina EX do 30 more damage. Who thought this was a good idea? That's insane. That's such a good card. It's already better than red. You're never going to use red in any of those decks now, right? Because 30 damage, your red only does 20. And that's only to EX Pokemon. This is to your opponent's active Pokemon. So it's just anything that they have. 30 extra damage, Sparkling Aria becomes 130, right? Incineroar's 1 energy attack becomes freaking 80 damage plus 20 for the burn. Or if it uses its other one, once it has damage on it, the 140 damage goes up to 170. 170 damage for 3 energy. That's crazy. Decidueye, same thing. It's 2 energy that it uses, 80 damage, right? Now it's doing 110 for 2. For 2 energy, it's 110 damage. Or 130 with its other move. Like, man, the supporter card is insane. Instantly made all 3 of those EX Pokemon decks vastly better. It's gonna be so good. This is gonna be so fun to use. The amount of cards that they added that are gonna be so much fun to make new decks with is, and I will be trying to get this full art as well, because full art trainer game is the name of the game, man. It's the name of the game. Only 3 electric Pokemon in this set. Not that bad. Jolteon, 90 HP, 1 electric energy, beginning bolt, 40 plus. If this Pokemon evolved during this turn, this attack does 20 more damage. It's pretty bad. I wouldn't recommend using it, to be honest. You're only ever going to be getting 1 turn of 60 damage, then you're going down to 40. It's nice because you only have to use 1 energy on it, so it's not going to require a lot. I think the only way that they would have made Jolteon better, in my opinion, is if they made it have 0 retreat cost. Then I could actually see it being played a lot more. Being able to pivot, use that 60 damage, then pivot into something else right away. That's the only way I could have seen it being really good. Besides that, it's a pretty okay card. I'm not going to say it's going to be meta-inducing. Jolteon is just a okay card. 1 damage, or 1 turn you do 40, 1 turn you do 60. Turn before that, you attack with Eevee, maybe you're doing 30. Max you're doing in 3 turns is like, or sorry, 2 turns you got 30 plus 60, so you're doing 90, right? 90 in 2 turns is okay. Only way that Jolteon would have been better is, or playable even, in ranked, is if that retreat cost was 0. Then I could actually see it being useful for something. But look at this full art though. The full art is pretty sick. Gotta hand it to the illustrator. This one is what is it? Nisuto Niso? Yeah, Nisuto Niso. Popped off with the art. That's awesome. Honestly, the art is so good. Play the card just for the art. That's what I'm gonna do. Alright, this one's kinda cool. Kind of excited about this one. Galvantula line. I already really like Galvantula. It's just a Pokemon that I really enjoy. Personally, Gen 5 Unova was on my main team, right? In the games it gets Sticky Web, it's fast, it gets Compound Eyes, so it's really cool attacker. Joltik here, only 40 HP. Really rough to use any Pokemon that has such little HP like that. They'll just get one shot so easily, so it's already a risk using it. Jolt, 1 energy, 10 damage, flip a coin. If it's heads, their active Pokemon is paralyzed. It's such a gamble, because if they don't get paralyzed, if you flip tails, if you're me, right, because you always flip tails if you're me, they're not paralyzed. They'll basically 99% of the time they're gonna one-shot this Joltik, right? So it's almost not worth at all playing it. But that being said, if you got the sauce, if you are flipping heads on the daily, if you live at the casino, right, go for it, right? Because Joltik into Galvantula, I actually think Galvantula is pretty cool. 80 HP, still not that strong or bulky, right? 2 electric energy for electric shock, 70 damage. Discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed, so it actually is, it just is paralyzed, right? So that means won't be able to attack or retreat next turn. Yeah, really good status effect. So with that, pair this up with the old school Luxray and Volkner combo, because you lose your 2 energy, has 0 retreat cost, so next turn you can retreat into the Luxray that you have set up in the back, use the Volkner to get those 2 energy back from this attack the turn before, so then you're able to use its 3-prong attack. So Galvantula plus either Luxray. I personally like the first one because I like being able to attack the bench, but the other one is good for survivability. Either one, right? Galvantula, Luxray, that'll be a fun deck to use. You might You'll definitely see me put up a video on that. I don't think it'll be meta relevant. I think it might have a decent chance though, just because I think so many people are going to be playing Primarina EX because of how strong that is. So the fact that it's Primarina is weak to electric, you might actually see a good amount of Galvantula coming out with Luxray. So you might see it. You heard it here first. Alright, Espeon, regular, no EX, unfortunately, but we take what we can get, right? 100 HP, pretty okay HP. 1 energy, Energy Crush. This attack does 20 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. So, immediately everyone's going to be Darkrai and Giratina counter? It's okay. I wouldn't say it's, a counter. 1 retreat cost is pretty good, right? More than likely you're going to be pairing this up with like Tapu Lele. Does the same thing, right? More energy on your opponent's Pokemon, the more damage it does. Can also, my idea is pairing this up with Sylveon EX, which we're going to go over right after this too. Basically become just like a Eevee Psychic aggro deck. Pretty cool, in my opinion. Say they're starting off with Giratina, they already got 3 energy on it, right? Or they have 3 energy on the back, and then whatever they have in front, right? So like a Darkrai, right? Darkrai's got 2 energy in the front, Giratina's like 3 in the back, so that's 5 energy right there, right? Doing 120 damage just with that one attack. So it's pretty good. Espeon could do pretty well against the Darkrai Giratina matchup. So again, might not be like a surefire counter, but it's definitely got potential. Way more potential than a lot of the other evolutions like Jolteon or Vaporeon or Leafeon. So you're actually going to see Espeon be used in ranked, in my opinion, especially pairing it up with Sylveon EX here. Because Sylveon EX, one of the best ones in the set here, let's be honest. Let's look at that full art while we're doing it. So Happy Ribbon, you evolve it, you just get to draw 2 cards. It's just a free pot of greed. It's a free Professor's Research. And it does 70 damage for 2 energy. So you're already attacking with Eevee, and then you attack with this next turn. It's going to be a really good aggro deck. Such a good card. So yeah. And then look at this art, man. What the heck? Yu Nishida popped off with the art. Ugh. I mean, they pop off all the time with Pokemon Pocket art, but like specifically that. That is just amazing. They do so well on it. It is insane how well. But yeah, Sylveon EX, pair that with Espeon, and I think you're going to see a pretty powerful combo come out, being able to compete with a lot of the current meta. Woobat, 60 HP, 20 damage for 1 energy. Swoobat though, 1 energy, 40 damage, 100 HP, stage 1. Not good. Both of them are kind of buttons. And here we have more of our Sweets Relay funny meme deck attacks. So Sweet Relay, 10 damage. If another Pokemon used it last turn, you get to do 30 damage instead, right? So evolve him up into Slurpuff. Sweets Relay as well, 2 energy this time. 30 damage will turn into a lot more damage. Actually, this is actually a lot stronger. This attack will do 60 more damage. Okay, hold up. This actually is a strong one. The Appleton I wouldn't have recommended, because I don't think that was a strong but 60 more damage? 60, you're doing 90 just for 2. And then the turn before that, you're only doing 10, right? So it's not crazy. Yeah, actually, 2 turns, 100 damage then. It's not terrible. I think this is a little better than the Appleton one. It's better than the vanilla trio as well. So it's decent, but you pair that up with the boss monster of Sweets Relay, a funny meme haha deck. It is going to be the Milcery and the Alcremie line. So Milcery, 50 HP, Sweets Relay, same as all the other ones, right? But the big bad Dark Souls boss that is Alcremie, Sweets Overload, 40 damage each time a Pokemon used the move Sweets Relay for the entire game. Think of the video, think of the thumbnail, think of the content. Being able to get the most amount of damage with this card is going to be my personal goal. That's going to be a very fun one. And it's only 1 energy, so you don't even have to commit to a lot of energy for it. So throw out the Slurpuff in the front there with the Swirlix. Maybe use Appleton if you want. I probably wouldn't use Appleton. I'd probably use the Swirlix, Alcremie, maybe a Vanillish as well, if you really wanted to. And then, oh, that's cool. We're gonna get a full art version of this in one of the new drops coming out. So, nice. It'll be a fun deck, a funny meme deck, but I think it'll be fun. I think you're gonna see a lot of people try it out on ranked. So be prepared for it, and be prepared if you get hit by it and you lose to it. You're immediately gonna go on YouTube. You're gonna go on Twitter, clips. You're gonna be flamed in front of the entire world for it. So good luck with that. I didn't realize they have a regular Sylveon, so there's a regular and an EX. That's pretty cool. The regular one here, 90 HP, 2 energy, just like the EX one. Normally 40 damage for Evo Harmony, but the attack does 30 more damage for each evolution Pokemon on your bench. Alright, so that's actually pretty solid. I would run one of these with my Sylveon and Espeon deck, personally, because max damage you could do is like 160 for 2 energy, right? If you have all 4 of them evolved. Or actually it says on your bench, so actually that's wrong. So you do 3 times 3, so 90 plus 40, 130 though. 130 damage, pretty good. Yeah, 130 damage max, and that's not even including the Eevee bag or any Reds, Giovanni's, right? So that's a solid one. It's a good one. Of course, right? Regular Sylveon is better than the Jolteon, the Vaporeon, the Leafeon. That's okay though. Sylveon you will be seeing with the Sylveon EX and Espeon decks, definitely. New Mimikyu, 2 Psychic Energy, choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon attacks and use it as your own. It's a funny gimmick one, honestly, but you still need to get heads. If you don't get heads, you're screwed. So personally, I don't think it's a good card. Wouldn't use it myself, but yeah, you never know. And we already went over the Milcery and Alcremie one. Barboach, 70 HP, basic. 2 energy for 30 damage. It's awful. It's just bad. Don't even look at it. Cool art. Tomokazu Komiya, you did great on the artwork. I'm sorry, man. No one's gonna use the card. It's not good. Maybe, just maybe, Wish Cash will be better. 130 HP. 4 energy. Earthquake, 130 damage. This attack does 10 damage to each of your own benched Pokemon. And 3 retreat cost. It's so bad. It's just so bad. No one's gonna use that card ever. Please, never use that card. Oh man. Alright, we're getting close to the end here. Mienfoo. 60 HP, 1 energy, kick shot, 40. If you get tails, it does nothing. Trash card. Never use it. Awful. Mienshao. 2 energy, 70 damage, 1 energy retreat cost, 90 HP. It's okay. Again, they could elevate these cards so much if they just made it have 0 retreat cost, like old school Electrode. That'd be so good. It'd be so much better than what it is now, but people still might use it. It's decent damage for 2 energy. Carbink, 80 HP, hard roll. Flip a coin if has during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage and effects and attacks done to this Pokemon. Nah, it's not that good. Only because it's 2 energy. If it was 1 energy, then you could actually do something with it. 2 energy, nah. It's not surviving long enough for it, so don't use Carbink. It's bad. Alright. Now we got the Umbreon. Sadly, we did not get an Umbreon EX in this set. Pour one out for all the Umbreon enjoyers, all the basic ones out there that like Umbreon the most. Just saying, just saying. It's a pretty common take. Just saying. Couldn't be me. My favorite is Flareon. Just saying. Anyways, regular Umbreon, 100 HP, 1 energy, Dark Binding, 40 damage. If the defending Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, can attack during the next turn. This is a good card. Already better than Leafeon, Glaceon, Flareon. Well, actually, I like the Flareon one. Jolteon. This is actually able to compete with any of the basic EXs. It can compete pretty well with Giratina and Darkrai, in my opinion. It'll struggle against Buzzwole still, just because as long as they have the Celesteela, they can probably just swap it. I think they'll be able to swap it in and out if they have 2 Celesteela, and I think it'll take away the effect of that the basic Pokemon can attack next turn. I could be wrong on that though. I don't know if that ability is affected if it swaps out of the active spot. Some abilities override it because that's how that deck is able to use Buzzwole's Big Beat multiple times in a row. Just being able to swap it out and swap it back in, it resets the ability so it can use it twice. So I don't know if it's necessarily the same, if it will reset by swapping it out, so it might be good, might not be. Overall, Umbreon is a decent card. It'll actually be used. And look at that full art. It's so good. The moon. Look, it's a Moonbreon. That's why I call it basic. Everybody wants like the Umbreon cards. They're cool. Everyone likes Umbreon. It's a great Pokemon. I just think it's basic. That's all. That being said, love the art. Very good job, Kawaii. Keep up the great work. Yeah. Sableye. 1 energy, 30 damage, 70 HP. Solid. It's not terrible. Pretty good. Could be a good one of. Good attacking, right? Purloin, 1 energy, knock off your opponent's tools from the active Pokemon. Not terrible, right? Then Lipard, 2 energy, slashing claw for 70, 90 HP. Pretty solid. Only 1 energy for retreat. This is another one where I think that these cards would be so much better. This one and Mienshao would just be so much better if they made it to where it had 0 retreat cost. Give us a Electrode from Genetic Apex for all these different types. I think it would increase the playability of it being splashable in all these different decks, because without it, it's just an okay card. It can't survive that much. It's only 90 HP, right? If you're listening, Pokemon, think about it, right? But yeah, overall, you're not going to see it much on the ladder. New Mawile, flip a coin. If heads, your Pokemon is now paralyzed. I don't like those flip effects personally. It's 2 energy for only 30 damage. You're not going to see it being used. It's too weak. Togedemaru. 2 steals, 30 damage, not that strong, 80 HP, it's a little bit thicker. During opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, does 30 more damage to the attacking Pokemon. That's better, right? 30 extra damage. Excuse me. Throw on a Rocky Helmet, does some pretty decent damage. Not too bad. Not meta relevant, but it's a cool card. New Miltank and Melmetal. 1 energy for 20, headbutt, 60 HP. It's okay. Melmetal, 3 energy, 90 attack for that. Love the art on it. That's a sick art. Illustrated by NC Empire. Nice. Good job on the art, guys. That's really sick. 140 HP. It's pretty cool. 4 retreat cost still sucks, though. That's terrible. I don't like it. The first Melmetal we got was the better one. Its effect is really good. Being able to cut down, I think it's 20 damage less on every attack. And then for 4 energy, I think it does like 120 damage. It's just better overall. Yeah. Maybe the Meltan could be better just because you get to attack first. The other one that came out first, it's 1 energy attack, just gives it an extra energy, so it's able to ramp itself up. Personally, I think that's better than this one, but that's just me. Here we are for the star of the show. Let me tell you, never thought we would see the day that we were going to get a brand new Dratini into Dragonite EX line, but here we are. Let's dive in. Dratini, 60 HP, colorless energy, beat, 20 damage. Pretty solid. Can't really complain. Nothing too wrong with that. A better Dragonair, thank the Lord. Thank you, Arceus, right? 90 HP, only 2 energy for its attack of Waterfall for 60 damage, 1 water, 1 electric, only 1 retreat cost too, so already leagues better than the other Dragonair, right? And we have rare candy, so most of the time we're not even going to use Dragonair. You're just going to go straight into the boy Dragonite EX. Look at that boy. 180 HP there. Giga Impact, 180 damage by itself. 3 energy, water, electric, colorless. During your next turn, the Pokemon can't attack, right? That's okay, honestly. If you're doing 180 damage to someone's dying. Most things aren't surviving that at all, right? Make sure you have Leaf. Retreat it back so you can save it for the next KO, right? It's If you really wanted to, you even throw on like a Rocky Helmet, Poison Barb, or something. It can tank another hit. It can survive. Just so it could just do Giga Impact again. And let's not forget, look at that full art. That's such a cute full art, actually. I love that rainbow rare flying up with the air balloons. Illustrated by Moriyu. Once again, excellent job on the art. Fantastic. And the full art here. Ooh, that's so nice. I love the CGI full arts. I think those are some of the best, actually. Nice. But yeah, Dragonite EX. It's going to be a fun one. You're going to see it a lot on the ladder. People are going to be using it left and right. It could turn out to not even be that good. Everyone's going to use it because everyone likes Dragonite. Right? You're going to see a lot of it. You're going to see a lot of it from me. It's going to be a fun one. It'll be a really fun deck. And it doesn't have any weaknesses, so good luck with that. I almost forgot. New Drampa, 2 energy, 70 damage. If it flips tails, it does nothing. If it's heads, your opponent's active is now paralyzed. It's trash. No, use the old Drampa. It's better. I hate all these coin flips that are like, if it's tails, it does nothing. It is a useless card then. Get it out of my face. Get it out of my game. I swear. They gave us a new Eevee, as well as an Eevee EX. This one's pretty cool. 60 HP, 1 energy, collect, draws a card. Because it's not like we had a search engine already with Sylveon EX. It just lets us draw 2. How about just giving us an Eevee that lets us draw 1, and then we can evolve into Sylveon, so then we can draw another 2. 3 free cards. It's insane. Who was thinking about it? Honestly, that's wild. But yeah, pair it up with Eevee EX here. Eevee Evolve. This EX can just evolve into any Eevee. Evolution. 1 energy for 30 damage. Pretty solid. 90 HP too. Not bad at all. The full art is adorable. Haven't seen that yet. That's cute. Love the background. Very nice. And the immersive rare. The immersive rare is so good. The immersive rares are always amazing in this game, but I love this immersive rare. I already saw it in my game. I'll play it up on the video here in post-production so you can see it in its entirety, but it is so awesome. You get to see all the evolutions all together in one card art. Chef's kiss. Beautiful card. Great idea. Being able to have an EX effect so you can have 4 EVs in every single deck. Optimize the amount of evolutions that you can play. Up to 4 then. Great idea. 10 out of 10 card. You're going to see it all the time in ranked. Will it be meta relevant? Only time will tell. I think it has the potential to be that, and I think Sylveon EX is probably the strongest EX of the evolutions, but I could be wrong. This is just initial ideas that I have, so we won't find out for sure until probably the next Pocket tournament that goes on every week. So come back in the next few days. It's probably going to be the exact opposite of what I'm saying. Then the best one's probably going to be like Leafeon, right? Just kidding. It won't be, no. But yeah, Eevee EX. Amazing. Oh, and also it was illustrated by oh gosh, what is that? Kuromitsu. Illustrated by Kuromitsu. Excellent job. 10 out of 10. My boy Snorlax EX. Who thought this was a good idea? Full mouth manner. Every turn, if it's in the active spot, it just heals 20 damage. Why? 4 energy, flop down punch, 130 damage, and then he's now asleep. Kinda stinks, but it's just like the last one, right? Here's the full out version of it. It stinks that it has 4 energy, because you can't use Berry like the normal Snorlax. Berry only works with the regular one, not Snorlax EX, so you're just gonna have to manually put it on. But thankfully we have so many different ramp cards now in the game. Giratina for Psychic, we got Flareon for Fire, we got Electrode and not Electrode, Magnemite into Magnezone, get Electric with that. So there's a bunch of options, honestly, for transferring energy to this guy. Or you just have him sit in the active zone, healing himself with like a Rocky Helmet. You're going to be able to get his attack off, in my opinion. And the retreat sucks, but use Ilima from the last set. Any damage on a basic normal type in your active zone, just put it back in your hand for free. Just use that. Oh, and last but not least, excuse me, the Rainbow Rare. It's so derpy. It's so funny. Just, you see the leftovers and food on the ground there. Illustrated by Mikayu. Excellent job. Love the art. It's awesome. I already pulled one myself, so I'm excited to use it. Apom, 60 HP, 1 energy, 20 damage for every heads. Not the best. However, its evolution, Ambipom, I think is pretty cool. Ambipom here. Ooh. So, Apom, not that great. Art is freaking adorable though. It holding the little bounce suite there. Shibuzo. Excellent job on the art. Awesome. Double hit, it's okay. It's basically it's alright, you know. Get heads. And then you're golden, right? Ambipom though, much better. The first Pokemon with an ability. Every turn you can put a random Pokemon tool from your deck into your hand. First tool searcher in the game. That's a pretty big deal. I think a lot of people will actually play this in their deck. Doesn't need to be in the active zone. You can just put it in the bench, get a free tool from your deck every turn, right? 2 energy for 50 damage too, 1 energy for retreat, 90 HP. It's solid. It's not bad. And I like the art. Overall, it's a pretty good card. Expect to see it in some decks just for the searchability. Decent attack, right? Solid all around. I don't know. 20 damage for each of your benched Pokemon. 2 energy. It sucks. It's 2 energy for it's not the best. Minchino, 70 HP, 1 energy for 10. That's not good. Cinchino, 90 HP for an evolution and only does 40 damage for 1 energy. It's bad. It's bad. It's not worth it. Squovit, 2 energy for 30. Just don't use that. Just trust me. Just don't use that. Greedent, Enhanced Fang. Maybe this will save it, right? 50 damage. If this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached, it does 50 more damage. Maybe? I don't know. Squovit is so bad. Any basic that you have that requires 2 energy to do anything is so bad. If it required 1 and this required 2 energy to attack, then it would be good. It's not good. I don't expect to see it on the meta or on ranked at all. Eevee bag. Best tool in the game, or best item in the game. Might be the best card in the set, personally. You get 2 optional effects. You either get a Giovanni, so plus 10 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, as long as you're using Evolution, or you can just heal 20 damage to each of your Evolutions on the field. It doesn't burn the supporter for the turn, so you can compound it with a red, with a Giovanni. You can heal 20 to everybody, as well as use potions, or even use a Pokemon Center Lady, or use Irida if you have a water-based one, so you're doing even more healing. It's a great card. It's crazy. And for the set, they decided to make it the Crown Rare. So if you really want to go out there and maximize your Crown Rare flexing, get 2 of these using all the Eevee decks, right? Knowing my luck, I'm not going to get any, but you never know. Knock on wood, right? Penny is a weird one. I don't understand how it works, and I'm going to test this out, and I'll probably play some gameplay in the middle here so you guys can see firsthand. So you get to look at it chooses a random supporter card in your opponent's deck, shuffles it back, and then it uses the effect as its own. So it's a luck-based card. Technically, maybe you're lucky and you get a Professor's Research, so you get to draw 2 using it, right? I'm not sure if it's a card where if your opponent is playing Lusamine and you don't have any targets yourself to use it, will it just bypass it and not bother? Will it not even register that, and it would go to the next available one that it can use? Or will it just say that cannot use this card, or it'll choose the card and the effect will just do nothing, right? I'm not sure. Like I said, I'll test that out, play it on the screen here so you guys know firsthand, because I'm not sure. The full art looks cool though. Penny looks pretty sick. I like the hair. Illustration is cool. Susumu Maeda. Great job. Great job on the art, like always. And with that, I believe that is the last of... yeah, that's the last of them. So now we just get to look at the beautiful full arts by each of the illustrations. First up, the full art of the Leafeon by Ryota Murayama. Beautiful, stunning, cinema, right? And next after that is the Flareon one. Oh, look at that Flareon. That is amazing. That's my boy right there. Oh, so good. Illustrated by Tizuru. Beautiful. Chef's kiss. Amazing. Next after that, the Vaporeon. Oh. The illustration is amazing. It's so good. I hate that the card sucks, but the illustration is awesome. Illustrated by Chibi. Great. Keep up the awesome work. It's fantastic. Glaceon. Stunning. Love it. Illustrated by Fujimoto Goid? Or is that Gold? Gold. Sorry, I'm just blind. Can't read. But yeah, stunning. Love it. Great job. Next after Glaceon, we got Jolteon. Oh, that might be the best one so far of the full arts. That's sick. Niso? Psh, popped the fuck off, dude. Psh, popped off. That is amazing. Best one yet, in my opinion. Next one is Espeon. Oh, the Espeon is really good, though. Is the Espeon better than the Jolteon, though? I don't know. Illustrated by Rika. Immaculate. I mean, it's stunning. It's amazing. 10 out of 10. First or second place, in my opinion, for the full arts. Sylveon is adorable. It looks amazing. Like, it's fantastic. Saino Misaki, so good, amazing. I'm a broken record at this point, but you know, what else can you say? The Umbreon, honestly, the Umbreon's kind of eh. I like Umbreon. This one's just kind of, just okay in my opinion. Still good artwork. You know, I respect artists and their creations. I could never do it. I'm not that artistic, to be honest. So, Kawayu, the illustrator, good job. Keep up the great work. This one's just not for me. That's my own personal take. But keep up the awesome work. You know, you're doing amazing job, honestly. And Eevee, it's adorable. It's perfect, right? Sarayumi Sato. I think I read that name before. Did you also do the immersive, or am I mistaking that for somebody else? No, sorry. The immersive is Kuromitsu, right? Kuromitsu. Yeah. Never mind. I could have sworn I read that name somewhere else. Oh well. But yeah, what's that? That is everything. We'll go over these guys too real quick. At full art looks cool. At full art looks cool. At full art looks amazing. That full art looks stunning, right? It looks so good. I'll leave a link to all of these in the description here to look at. Oh shoot, wait. like, they're just awesome. Go look at them for yourself in great detail. They're just fantastic. And I didn't realize we actually got new shinies too. So shiny Pinsir, shiny Lapras, shiny Voltorb and Electrode, shiny Gardevoir line. That's cool, right? Shiny Ekans and Arbok, Farfetch'd. Shiny of the birds of Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres. Cool. Shiny Gallade, and finally the Eevee bag. So not bad overall. I know a lot of people aren't too excited about the shinies, but there's not that many in this one, so I feel like people won't be as butthurt as normal. So I know a lot of people don't like getting shinies when they could just get some of the newer cards. I understand the sentiment behind it, so I think this will appeal to everybody in general. You know? But yeah, with that, that's gonna conclude going over every card in the set. We're going to be cooking up a lot of new decks soon. It's going to be a good time. Come and join the streams. Check out the videos coming out. Leave a like. Hit subscribe for more Pokemon TCG Pocket content coming out. Drop a comment down below. What card is your favorite? Playability. What's your favorite illustration so far? Which one are you going to be hunting the most? Trying to get out of all of these. Personally, I think I really like the rainbow rares, honestly. So like that rainbow Flareon is dope. The Sylveon one and the Primarina are amazing. I like the Dragonite one. It's not my favorite though, compared to the others. It's more derpy, which is cute. Derpiness is cool. And yeah, those would probably be my favorite ones. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for a lot more Pokemon TCG Pocket content coming out in the next few days and the next few weeks as well. With that, that is all I got for you today. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Stay safe out there. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.